Hi guys, it's Alice coming at you with this week's installment of Retro Gaming Goodness. New year, new you, and hey, new games. The retro side of gaming will always have a dummy-thick treasure trove that offers a whole lot of titles for everyone's particular taste. And while 2022 gave us a great offering of platformers, brawlers, and shooters, this year is looking promising from the get-go. As always, we're starting the year by hitting the ground running. Action at its finest. Just the way you like it. If you were planning to start things slow, you'll have to wait a bit because this week we're kicking a whole lot of ass. Responsibly, of course. But before that, make sure to like and subscribe so you'll always be up to date with the latest retro news. Click that bell icon so you'll know exactly when our news goes live. Let's go. Now, they say there's beauty in simplicity, and that's pretty much true. The same applies with games that employ a bit of action. As simple as they come, the new Atari XLXE release is looking to encourage players to use a bit of imagination while using heavy machinery. Scorch is a very nice Scorched Earth clone developed by Perks with help by Pecos X and Miker. It isn't just a multiplayer game with up to 6 players, but a battle royale that uses the power of physics. You wipe out your opponent by working out the correct trajectory of your baby missile, and make sure it actually hits something. It's a game that requires a bit of strategy, and you'll definitely find yourself, well, scorched, if you decide to run and gun. It's about time we showed our high school science teachers some appreciation. Now for some side-scrolling action. The game Rush and Attack, or Green Beret, to avoid a bit of controversy, was an action arcade game released by Konami in 1985. Just like the time, it reflected the Cold War setting while showing a surprising amount of brutality, seeing the player use a knife or even a flamethrower to dispatch enemies. It was an absolute classic, both for the arcade and the 8-bit ports, such as the Amstrad or C64. If you were a fan, you'll be happy to know that Dante Mendes just gave it an update that's perfect for the Amiga. This more modern version doesn't just feature a great rendition of the classic soundtrack, but it also has 2 selectable difficulty levels, minor improvements, and a whole lot more. So if you want to go back in time and make that Cold War a bit hotter, then it's time to get your Green Beret on. The actual soldier, not the hat. Anyway, moving on. Ah, yes, Impossible Mission 3. Now I know what you're thinking, and no, this has nothing to do with Tom Cruise. Well, maybe. Regarded as one of the best games for multiple systems, the original Impossible Mission was released in 1984. Dennis Caswell developed and Epix published. It's a tense platformer where it's a race against time to reassemble and decrypt a password to Atom Bender's control room while also avoiding killer robots. This much-awaited sequel will be available for the Commodore 64 and will likely come with all the nice modern improvements that gamers crave for. It's also worth noting that this will be an officially licensed sequel through Icon 64, and it'll be built completely from scratch. So definitely worth looking out for, especially if you're a fan of action-packed sleuthing retro style. Well, there you have it, our New Year's edition of Weekly Retro Gaming News. If you have suggestions on news to cover, or if we missed anything, let us know down below. As always, don't forget to like the video so YouTube's algorithm shows us some love. Again, I'm Alex C, and I'll catch you all again next time. Happy New Year!